The Credit Information Corporation is a government-owned and controlled corporation created by Republic Act No. 9510 with the mandate of collecting and disseminating credit information to promote access to credit of micro, small, and medium enterprises or MSMEs. Based on 2019 data, there are at least a million business enterprises in the Philippines, 99.5% of which are MSMEs considered as major drivers of the country's economic growth. This is the reason why we are promoting the use of this important financial infrastructure. The key questions on this topic are, first, do lenders have credit information on entrepreneurs or aspiring business owners seeking credit? Second, are borrowers still dependent on physical assets as collateral, most especially women?
More than 8 of 10 MSMEs are micros, mostly owned by women. Surveys showed that to sustain their business, particularly during the pandemic, micro-entrepreneurs need infusion of capital, since many have depleted their savings. Access to larger loans, however, is hampered by lack of property, whether real or personal, that they can use as collateral, and lack of proof of income and government-issued identification.
This is Joji, and I'm the owner of Coffee for Peace Cafe. We source our coffee from the farmers themselves that we trained, and we serve it to our customer, Davao City. At my back, behind me, is our roastery. We do toll roasting for our farmers because we encourage them that they could sell their own beans in their own neighborhood and not rely on just one type of market. So they can have different market. We have to restructure how they see credit and application for credit and qualification for credit for micro entrepreneurs. They are scared of getting credit. They are scared of even opening a bank account. They are scared of putting money in the bank because they don't know what's happening. They have to experience it because the testimony of one individual to another micro entrepreneur is more powerful than a banker convincing the micro entrepreneur. So they have to experience it, that it works.
We can take a look at how a woman may be disadvantaged from the credit information perspective. The female spouse who runs a home-based business will most likely lack a formal proof of revenue. She doesn't have a payslip, or she might not have a tax identification number. This lack of basic business information and credit history compels women entrepreneurs to provide collaterals when availing loans. This is where the CIC Credit Report, which contains both positive and negative credit data of the borrower, enters the picture. While a certificate of employment serves as proof of ability to generate income, the CIC Credit Report is a proof of creditworthiness or the ability to pay financial obligations, especially in the case of women entrepreneurs.
I am happy with this kasi at least yan, nakapirme na yung loob mo. Hindi ka na kailangan mangutang kung kani-kanino para lang to go on. Maganda yung program niyo, makakatulong. Talagang malaki ang maigagawa ng tulong.
Nung na-approve kami ng business line credit sa UnionBank, it's a big help for us because we already put our site office. It's a very big help to our business because medyo nawawala na yung ipon namin for the business, and we want to continue to support our employee for their salary as well as for their allowance. For the process, it was very straightforward. Ang saya lang kasi during the conversation, we're approved for a specific loan. And then after that, yung na-email na kami, it was higher. So it's a big help for the business talaga. There is no collateral po. We just have to submit all the requirements needed and then the bank will process it na po.
During the pandemic, Toyota Financial Services was able to grant a revolving credit facility to Ms. Leia Peter Torrenueva. Key factors with its good credit history, with all its credit obligations, with no negative findings as assessed by our credit department.
The credit line that is extended to us by Toyota Financial is a great help, especially in our operation, because instead of getting money from our pocket, we are able to utilize your support financially in rolling up the business in our daily, weekly, and monthly operations. So yung Toyota Financial, hindi kami nagkausap, hindi kami nagkakilala, pero binigyan ako ng credit line. Binigyan ako ng extensions. We treasured that we value that na binigyan kami ng line kahit walang ganun walang binigay na mga collateral or ganun.
You know, the trust and the relationship, it all started with, you know, a good credit history, a good credit background. So now it's easier for us to grant you any amount, whatever you need for the growth, for you to explore more business opportunities. Because as mentioned, in terms of, you've always been one of the good payers.
I'm Arlette Alvarado of Scarlet Enterprise. We make all natural personal care products using the local produce of Filipino farmers in support of the agricultural community.
We have been self-financing our business for almost 15 years. And now, despite the pandemic, the demand for our products are increasing. So I think it's the right time for us to expand our business. And a loan will be very helpful for us in doing so. We will be able to reach more customers and reach more buyers. Yes, I will be interested in getting my credit report so that I can use that information in making better financial decisions for the business.
The CIC database now has almost 24 million unique borrowers, and that's a huge percentage of the country's adult population. It has over 80 million contract data contributed by more than 500 financial institutions from across all sectors. And this means that the CIC covers the average Filipino, not just those who are banked, but also the unbanked and underbanked, including women who are mostly borrowers from microfinance institutions. Now that we have almost 100 accessing entities or institutions that are actually investing on and using the CIC Credit Report in assessing borrowers, the CIC gradually fills this information gap and levels the playing field between genders. If you have previous history, whether from your credit card transactions or multi-purpose cooperative loans, you can use this as proof that you are a trustworthy borrower, and then build up your credit footprint as an entrepreneur, a woman entrepreneur,